Known as Canada's ocean playground, Nova Scotia is home to less than 1 million year-round residents. The small hamlets and hundreds of islands around the province invite visitors back to a more tranquil way of life. Stephanie, a published author, is enchanted by Nova Scotia's natural beauty.
I came to Nova Scotia about 5 years ago and just fell in love with it.
She's looking to purchase her own island in the province with her best friend, Pam. They've asked island expert Chris Crollo of Private Islands Inc. to join them as they tour the region.
When you're flying over this, it looks like a small village.
Will Stephanie find the luxurious island home she's looking for? Or will she be charmed by something more rustic?
Wow.
So what did I tell you?
Yeah, it's adorable. Very homey.
Find out as Island Hunters explores Nova Scotia. Stephanie and Pam have just arrived in Lunenburg, Nova Scotia. Stephanie is looking to purchase one of the islands in the bay. And while owning an island may be a daunting proposition for some, Stephanie is no stranger to being surrounded by water.
I grew up in an island in Puget Sound, and I love the freedom and the adventurousness about the whole thing.
Stephanie buying an island, well, I think it's a little crazy, to tell you the truth.
You're my reality check.
But that's right, you do get a bit carried away sometimes.
To help find the perfect island for Stephanie's needs, they've invited island expert Chris Crollo of Private Islands Inc. to assist them in their search.
Chris, great to see you.
So nice to see
Yes.
you. So what does your dream island have to have?
It needs a nice sandy beach. I'd like it to be nice and big so I can entertain lots of people, have wonderful parties. Close to town, is that?
Close to town, somewhere where you can get to a tennis court easily.
So what about budget? How much do you have to spend?
Well, my very top would be 2.5 million.
That's all in.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great day, and I've got a really good idea of what you're looking for. I've got some amazing islands picked out. What do you say we head to the boat?
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We are in beautiful Nova Scotia, Canada's ocean playground. The islands here are massive, out of this world. Stephanie's looking for something that honestly isn't very easy to find. She wants an island that's going to be able to sleep 20 of her friends. She wants fancy. The islands here, a lot of the homes on them are a little bit more on the rustic side.
For their first tour, Chris is taking Stephanie and Pam to Mason Island, which features a 2-bedroom wood frame home.
Well, ladies, welcome to Mason Island.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's fabulous.
So, this island is pretty special. It's a big island, only half of it's for sale. So the actual part of the island that's for sale is the entire southern portion, which is 25 acres. And another portion of the island is owned by the Conservancy Group.
Oh, that's great.
The house itself is about 1,300 square feet, modest, 2 bedrooms. I know you wanted something elaborate. You wanted something for, you know, your friends, up to 20 people. Well, this is not it.
Great.
So, 600,000, way under your
Oh,
budget.
yeah. Oh, my gosh. That gives me quite a lot of room.
Shall we go check out the
Let's
island?
do it.
I think the
Away.
location is fabulous.
Yes. So,
Okay.
this is the little cottage complex.
Actually, this is charming.
Yeah. Wow.
So what did I tell you?
Yeah,
Huh?
it's adorable.
It's got a lot of atmosphere.
Love the fireplace.
Yeah, cathedral ceilings, right? Gives it a bit of height.
Yeah.
Got the skylights,
Yeah, it's a very rustic island feel.
fireplace,
Yeah.
and then a wood burning on the other side. See, like all the wood?
Love the pine floor. Very homey.
Little dining area,
Yeah.
perfect spot.
Yeah.
Looking through, you can see the other side.
Yeah, all
There's
the
a
way
bay.
through. Now, how many bedrooms?
There's 2 bedrooms.
Okay.
It could be one big one and a small office. The only problem will be is if this is the spot you want to build a dream house on, and then maybe it has to go.
It was very small.
Oh, the cottage is small, and,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't be right for you in the long term, I don't think.
Yeah.
But as a guest house, I think it would be absolutely perfect.
think-
And you could live here while you build your dream house.
So isn't this great? It's not a far walk. Everything's
wonderful.
connected.
That's great.
Right? You're spending most of your time outside anyways.
Yep.
Yeah?
So it's an outdoor-indoor kitchen. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's completely separate.
And plus, you're not going to have any kitchen smells. The lobster shells, everything will be here. So
That's very true.
Yeah.
Look at the height of the countertops.
they're
I mean,
perfect for
isn't
me.
this interesting?
Usually countertops are, you know, way up here.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of like it. I like the idea.
I like the idea of having an extra kitchen detached, but I think you really do need a kitchen in your main house because of the weather. It's very funky, it's very fun,
Yep.
and quite appropriate for a guest house.
So I hope you have a lot of short friends.
What is this, really?
This is actually covering a 50-foot-long saltwater lap pool.
I mean, this is very novel.
Well, it's a great way to stay in shape and look
Yeah.
at the view while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Right? This is the building site. This is where
This really is lovely,
It
and I
really
just-
is.
The light on the water, how clear the water is, this island for interest, and then the open vista behind. It's gorgeous.
It's really pretty.
well, we're on the east side, so
Okay.
imagine the sunrise is
Yeah.
right here. So what do you think? Mason Island, is this going to work?
I was thinking big. I was thinking sort of grand, 20 people and, you know, huge parties and everything. This kind of opened my mind to maybe I don't need big. Maybe small is beautiful. Maybe I can make and create something here that would make a great lifestyle and not have to spend all that money, Chris.
Uh-oh, look what I've done. Now your budget's gone down. Oh,
yeah.
no.
Oh, well.
You can't be in Nova Scotia without experiencing lobster, and you've got this whole place that's set up just for that.
Boy, this is really sweetening the pot here.
Literally, right?
Yeah.
Stephanie is looking to purchase her own private island off the coast of Nova Scotia, and she's asked her best friend Pam to join her on the hunt.
I first met Stephanie just over 5 years ago, and we found we got along very well as travel buddies. We just have a lot in common.
Pam is helping sort through Stephanie's wish list so that Stephanie can find the perfect property.
I don't want a teeny island. What else? What do you
Well,
think?
I think you need a little bit of glamour with an island because that's the way you like to live. I think anything too rustic, you'd not be too happy with.
No camping out for me?
No camping out.
Oh, okay.
Island expert Chris Crollo has already taken them on a tour of Mason Island, which features breathtaking views from its 25 developable acres. But Stephanie and Pam had some concerns about its rustic accommodations.
It was very small.
Oh, the cottage is small, and,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't be right for you in the long term, I don't think.
For their second tour, Chris Crollo is taking the pair to STRUM Island, which features a massive 6-bedroom home.
Ladies, welcome to STRUM Island.
Wow.
I know, this is perhaps the most luxurious island in not just Mahone Bay, but maybe even all of Nova Scotia. It's the smallest island that we'll be touring, but it's 10 acres. Wait till we get inside. It's stunning. The owner spent almost 5 years building this masterpiece.
How much is it?
The pricing, the structure is a little unorthodox.
Okay.
So, $2 million for a 1/7 share.
So we're talking about 1/7 ownership.
That's right,
Okay.
Oh.
right?
Equity ownership.
Exactly. So
Oh, okay.
everything that's here,
Yeah.
the furnishings, the boat, the upkeep, all of those costs
Okay.
that would maybe scare a potential island buyer away,
Right.
out
They're
the
all
window.
here. Right.
right?
Everything's here.
Because everything's taken care of.
Right.
Why don't we go
Okay.
inside and see whether or not it's worth it?
Okay, great.
The great room. And great it is. I mean, feel this place. Everything is just so perfect. I don't see a single nail.
No.
Right? Everything's
true.
notched together. It's almost like it's a piece of furniture.
Well, it's a piece of art. I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
And look at this fireplace. I mean, that's stunning.
Look at the fixtures. Hand-carved bar.
That hand-carved bar is wonderful.
I'm glad you're liking this.
Yeah.
Let's go see some more.
Okay, great. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I knew that's what you were going to say. Look at this place.
I've never seen a kitchen anything like this in my entire life. Look at the woodwork and the details. What is that?
You've got the wrought iron straps. I mean, even the baseboards are all custom made and notched together. I don't think there's a single nail visible. There's actually 4 levels.
Oh my goodness.
Below us, which has beautiful views of the water, some more bedrooms. On this level, there's a guest suite on the other side. There's a media room. Why don't we check out the entire master suite level, the whole 3rd floor? The entire 3rd floor just for sleeping. The bathroom, wow.
Well, this is you say the whole floor, and yet this is a relatively small, cozy bedroom, which is rather nice.
Yeah.
And so you can overflow and do your paperwork in the study or...
Yeah. The owner's done a great job making the place big, elaborate, luxurious, but still intimate at the same time.
I'm a little overwhelmed. I mean, this is a pretty big house.
So this we call the lobster temple.
And you cook the lobsters in here, I presume?
You hang the pot, you boil it. Best way to prepare lobster is just a little bit of lemon, a little bit of butter.
Okay, all right.
And then any other herbs you want, any sides, right there from your own organic garden.
Boy, this is really sweetening the pot here.
Literally, right?
Yeah.
We spent all this time looking and touring this beautiful home, but really, this is what it's all about.
It's about the view, isn't it, and the location.
Frankly, I know you like the wonderful ocean view. I love it too, but I like the interest as well. I mean, I like the garden here to see that. I like the 2 different berry patches, the osprey nest over here. I mean, to me, there's a lot of interest as well as the ocean. So it sort of has it all.
This is becoming very hard, Chris.
Oh, my favorite room.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the view
This
from
is
here.
why.
This is where I would spend all my time. It's beautiful.
Stephanie and her best friend Pam have been touring Nova Scotia, taking in the sights as Stephanie searches for a private island to purchase. With a budget of up to $2.5 million, they've already toured 2 islands. On Mason, Stephanie and Pam found the island's rustic cabins charming, if a bit quirky.
Yeah.
Look at the height of the countertops.
Usually countertops are, you know, way up here. Well, I kind of like it.
On Strum, Stephanie was blown away by the designer details in the island's 6-bedroom house.
Look at the woodwork and the details.
But Strum's $2 million asking price was only for an equity share of the island's title, and Stephanie was looking to purchase an entire island outright.
Everything that's here, all of those costs
Okay.
that would maybe scare a potential island buyer away,
Right, they're
out the
all
window.
here.
Now for their 3rd and final tour, Chris has taken Stephanie and Pam to Young Island, which features 2 centuries-old homes.
Young Island.
Oh, it's darling.
When you're flying over this, it looks like a small village, almost 80 acres, okay? And the topography, you've got rolling hills, meadows, forests, beaches. This island has it all. 2 homes, one of them built in 1874, and both of them have been completely restored.
It's really beautiful, but how much is it?
$1.675 million. So under budget.
Okay.
Not sure if the number of bedrooms is gonna work,
Uh-huh.
but you still got money left over.
Well,
right?
okay, let's go take a look.
Let's go take a look.
All right. Oh, wow.
Go right in.
Oh,
This is
my
lovely.
gosh, it is gorgeous.
This has the feel of a well-loved home.
Yeah, it
You
really
know,
does.
it's very cozy. The rooms are on the smaller side. The outside draws you outside during the daytime. It's so beautiful.
I love that. That's just really nice. You feel like you're on top of the world. The floors are gorgeous. Now, how many bedrooms does this have?
So 3 bedrooms in this house,
Okay.
and the smaller guest house has another 3 bedrooms.
Oh, that's a lot of bedrooms. That's good.
So lots of space, but it's an older home, so they're not all set up with ensuite bathrooms. Why don't we check out the master bedroom
All
upstairs?
right, great.
Let's do it.
Love the stairs. The staircase is super.
So the master,
Yeah, it's a little tiny, little rustic. Where is the bathroom?
it's right out there.
Oh, okay, all
I
right.
think I'd be inclined to sort of double the size of the window and expand this view and make it lighter.
So, should I check out some more of the house?
Okay,
Let's
good.
That sunroom is amazing. Oh, my favorite room.
Oh, yeah.
Look at
I
the
can
view
see
from
why.
here. Yeah.
This is where I would spend all my time. With a morning coffee and a good book.
Yeah.
And the sun coming in like this. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is a great room.
And ladies, your own garden, right? Right close to the kitchen.
Oh, this is lovely.
This carpet of thyme is exquisite.
Yeah, and walking on it releases the aroma.
Yeah. And Pam dressed for the occasion.
And yeah, and you've got lavender. That's a beautiful perfume.
This is
The
a real
airs.
cottage garden.
And
You
just
can have
dining out here, it has a very European feel.
Yeah, you love it, don't you?
I do. I really do.
Oh, and look at the peonies. Oh,
And the hostas and the daylilies and the old-fashioned roses. I mean,
I think Pam's going to end up buying this island.
yeah, I do too. Okay.
I find the distances between the two homes to be perfect.
It looks like you could live in this home. You don't even need another home.
You think it was the main house?
Yeah, well, it's so much bigger on the outside than it is on the inside.
Well, it's very similar to the main house, just on a smaller scale. So you've got 3 bedrooms upstairs, 2 bathrooms. They're just a little smaller, right?
Okay.
And we walked through the living room, dining room. That was a fair size.
Yeah, lovely.
Right.
I think I might need another structure.
You have plenty left over for another structure. Luckily, with 80 acres, there's lots of different areas to build the third home.
Oh, great.
Let's go.
All right.
let's do it.
Look at the stone wall. Over 150 years old. You can see the big boulders have sort of collapsed over time.
Oh,
Reminds me a little bit of New England.
It's beautiful.
it
is.
lovely.
Is this not the perfect site?
Yes, it's really something.
Yeah, I mean, you've got lots of choices on this island, but this one here, not a single building in sight.
This is really, really gorgeous, but I'm a little worried about not enough bathrooms. It's not quite large enough. I'd have to build another cottage.
I know I haven't made this easy on you. Something rustic, something luxurious.
Yeah.
Let's head back to the boat.
Okay.
Sounds good.
This has been a really great adventure. Chris showed us some super places.
They are really great.
Want to get away? Find design ideas inspired by the islands at hgtv.com/islandhunters. Stephanie is on the hunt for an island off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada. With her best friend Pam along for the ride, she's toured 3 islands with 3 unique purchasing options that work within her $2.5 million budget. Mason is priced at $600,000. Although it is well under her budget, Stephanie would only own 25 acres of this wild island. It includes a rustic 2-bedroom house that could act as a temporary residence while Stephanie constructs her dream home with the remainder of her budget. With STRUM, Stephanie would own a 1/7 equity share of the island for $2 million. Although she wouldn't be the sole owner, this arrangement would allow her to own part of the island's title and enjoy the massive home without having to invest in a construction project. And finally, Young is priced at $1.675 million. It includes 2 homes on 80 acres of land. Stephanie could use the remaining money in her budget to construct additional bathrooms and amenities. With these options in mind, it's time for Stephanie to pick the island that's right for her.
Chris showed us some really great islands.
They are really great.
Well, let's start with Mason.
Okay.
We got off the boat, beautiful sandy beaches, remember? And then we walked kind of into these cabins. It was very rustic.
The kitchen, which is detached from the house, which is lovely in the summertime if everything is going well.
Right. I love the price, $600,000. That gave me a lot of wiggle room for doing things.
It does.
But you would have to build, right? Big project.
It is.
And then there was STRUM,
It is a beautiful island.
that arts and crafts style with all the detail and the lighting and the woodwork and the exquisite moldings. And
It's exquisite.
And then you just walk in, it's completely ready.
Oh yeah, I mean you can
don't-
start living from the day you buy this.
That's exactly right.
You really wanted a place to entertain. And STRUM really does have that.
The 1/7 share is a very unique concept. It's more like a equity ownership in a private club, and you own the property. What did you think about Young?
Well, I fell in love with Young Island because I love gardens. And it was just so charming. I mean, you walk into Young Island, you've got a picture postcard, quintessential New England setting.
I loved the main house. The restoration on that house was really beautiful.
And there was
Yeah.
room for everything you would ever want to do. It had a separate dining room. It had a beautiful
That
sunroom.
sunroom.
The sunroom with the sun in the morning pouring in. It'd be great for your
boy.
writing.
There were 6 bedrooms, but 2 bathrooms. That was a bit of an issue, and there was no ensuite in the master bedroom.
I think it's got a lot to offer.
Yeah.
So which one would you eliminate?
Well, I think probably Mason is the one that has to go. It's the smallest house, it's the most rustic, it's going to take the most work, and I'm really not up for that big a project.
Okay, so we're down to the last 2 islands.
Yep. I think that Young, it's going to take a lot of work, and the maintenance. I think
Well-
the maintenance was going to be a problem.
Well, this is sounding like you're leaning towards STRUM.
There's just something about it. It's sort of calling to me. It has everything I want. It's just absolutely spot on perfect.
That's all we need to hear. So let's go tell Chris.
Okay,
Let's go.
all right. Oh boy, I bought STRUM. It was really a slam dunk. I mean, it just had everything on my list and more. Since I've been up here, I'm in 7th heaven. I've been gardening, I've been writing, I've been able to entertain and have some nice, lovely sunset cocktail parties. I twisted Pam's arm into coming up for one of those, and
And I've enjoyed every minute of it.
yeah,
Since Stephanie has bought the island, I think she's more carefree.
feel calmer, more settled, more tranquil, and quite frankly, I feel very happy to be in Canada.
I don't really have to buy my own island, as tempting as it may be, because I'm just going to come here.
You're always welcome.